at Axbridge, up above the town, reservoir in the background, all the strawberry fields that were, and I suppose this would be back in about 1950, about 1951, 52,
I think
52, yeah, that would be about it. And the idea was that we were going to take well, here you are, is the party of people going up the hillside. The idea was to make a film in the Ochre Cave, which isn't a very big cave, but it's well decorated with stalagmite. And the chap that was going to do it was a chap called Ev Humphreys, who had the Bridge Studios in Bridgewater. I think it's now the Argus shop on the riverside in Bridgewater. But he had the studios, and of course in those days, if you had a cine camera, that was a step up from an ordinary still camera. So all this was quite cutting edge technology of the day. And this is the rather steep hillside that went up to the ochre mine. I think that last person in the picture there was Mrs. Humphreys. The chap in the front is Donald McCain, who, strangely enough for his Scots name, spoke with a Welsh accent. And he was the secretary of the Ochre Cavern group. Let's see if we can get the other people. And this is walking through the little quarry that led into the ochre mine. Now the chap with the white pulling the starter on the generator is a man called Popel, and I think he was a builder from Highbridge. The chap, and there's the chap now pulling the starter is who? I can't really see. Now the chap that's pulling the starter now, his name was Ham. And there's that's Mr. Ham. I've forgotten what their Christian names were, but no doubt. And the man in the picture, there, the other chap in the picture on the left, that's Jack Weir. There's a group there. McCain throwing the cable up to the generator, which for some reason or other we had up on the ledge. Why we couldn't have had it on the ground where it was easy to get at it, I don't know, but there it is. The generator would have been supplied by Jim Emerson, who eventually became the owner of these films. And there we are, that's going into the ochre rift, into the mine. And the mine itself goes down, but to get into the ochre cave, which is the upper part of the rift, the bit that hadn't filled up with ochre, you have to climb up a ladder. There we are, and climb up into it. And here we are, here's the climbing up into the, so that you enter the cave from its bottom, that's right. There we are, this is the main part of the rift, just as you come up over the ladder. That's Jack Weir, and there's just a figure in the distance there, but that's Jack. This is, now I don't know who that is, although I recognise him, I can't remember his name. That's Jack Weir's son, Yeah, that's David Weir. And we had a line in there, and a signalling system over to the generator. When they wanted more power, somebody would tweak something and you get a bit more power. And there we are in the cave itself. That's Major McKean again, Donald McKean, the secretary. And right at the very top of the rift, there he is, shoving somebody who I don't recognise up into the very rift, and that is very, very tight, and gets you up into a tiny little chamber at the very top, highest part of the cave, which can only be a few feet from the surface, I expect. And when you get in there, you wonder what all the effort was about, because there's nothing there. That's there we go. Now this person here, this is Percy Baker, and he's wearing an old-fashioned World War II helmet. Well, that's Percy, and who he's pulling out, if I can see the face. No, I don't recognise him. But the cave itself is very well decorated with lots of, very small cave, but it's got lots of very nice stalagmites in it. And very stained with ochre, as you can see. Of course, nowadays you just nip in there with a, no, I don't know who that is, you just nip in there with a little camera and film all this quite nicely, but back in the 1950s this was quite an effort to get the stuff up together and to get it all organised. And another part of the cave, there was a water rift. Lots of very nice stalagmites and a rift where it filled up with water. I think we might see that in a minute. Of course, I think they dwelt quite a lot on the stalagmite. I expect to explore the whole cave wouldn't take me more than about a quarter of an hour, but because it was easy access, we could get the stuff in there. Here we are, all congratulating ourselves. Let's see, yeah, there's... I can't remember the names or quite recognise all of the people, but that's Donald McKean there. Now that is Ev Humphreys himself. That was the photographer.